Hi guys, it's Sandy here. In this video today we're going to have a little look at paddle shoes. We get asked this a lot, why we can't use running shoes or hard court tennis shoes when you come to a paddle court. So hopefully this video will answer those questions for you. We're not going to be looking at a specific model or brand of shoe, rather what you should be looking for when it comes to your paddle shoe, what characteristics you should be aiming for when you go into the shop. So let's start with your first characteristic, which is the flexibility of the shoe. When it comes to flexibility of the shoe, you want to look for a shoe that will bend through the sole of the foot, but also that will bend through the toes of the foot. And this is something like tennis. In paddle, you're pivoting a lot, you're changing direction, accelerating, you're moving your feet around the ball, and you need to be able to bend your foot. If you can't bend your toes or your feet, then you end up not being able to engage your calf muscle, and therefore it's very difficult to accelerate on the court. Now, shoes will get more flexible over time, but when you get a new shoe, that's something you can test in the shop. You can bend the shoe. If it's not bending at all, then you know that's probably not the right shoe for you. The second characteristic is the width of the shoe. Like running shoes and tennis shoes, there are some brands that make the shoes a bit narrower, some brands that make the shoes a bit wider. There are also some brands that they have a bit of both to suit both types of foot. Now this is something that you are doing a lot of lateral movement in paddle, so you want to make sure that it's a comfortable fit around your feet and there's not too much space. The best way to do this is just to try it on. If you feel like your foot is slipping inside the shoe, then that's not the right shoe for you. Now, the third characteristic is the grip. And this is something that is the most important characteristic when it comes to the paddle court. When it comes to the grip of the shoe, you're really looking for this zigzag pattern on the bottom, and ideally with a nice deep indentation. And if you rub your hand over it, you'll feel that it's kind of rough and rigid, and that's just the type of feeling you're looking for, because if you've got this shoe on and you want to change direction, you'll get a nice grip on the ground so you can move away. If you have a smooth surface, you can see this is a tennis hard court shoe, and these zigzags are a bit thicker and not as deep, this shoe will slide across the surface as opposed to getting a nice good grip so you can change direction. So that's why you want to choose a paddle shoe over this hard court tennis shoe, because you'll get better grip. Now you'll notice on some of the paddle shoes that they have different patterns, like sometimes the zigzags will be in one direction or another direction, and they'll have different sections of the shoe with different directions or different size zigzags. For me personally, and this is my personal preference, I prefer a shoe where it's got a nice thick zigzag the whole way through the foot, right the way to the heel. So you can pivot on your toes or you can pivot on your heel. But either way, you're going to get good grip on that shoe. I hope this means you can now make an informed decision when you go into a shop and you're looking for the right paddle shoe for you. If you have any questions or you want any other suggestions when it comes to the shoes, or anything for that matter, please pop them in the comments below. Please like the video, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one.